Hello, fellow horror fans of YouTube. I am Sasha with Musings of a Final Girl, back here with another book review video. The book I am reviewing is The Headless Boy by Kelli Owen. She was nice enough to provide me with a copy of this book to read and review, and I have to say I absolutely loved it. It was such a good read. She, so I'll go ahead and share the synopsis and then get into the things I liked about this book, which was honestly all of it. This is one I absolutely loved and I plan to give a reread to. So the synopsis says, reeling from the loss of a child, Maggie finds herself at the local daycare unbearable and errands around town impossible. She knows every child, every single parent, and they're all reminders of what she's lost. Unable to heal, she sinks further into the grip of grief and depression. Jake is a good guy, a great husband, and wants only the best for his broken wife. Therapy and medications aren't helping, and a change of scenery makes perfect sense. A new home, a fresh start. He is nothing but patient, giving Maggie the space and emotional support needed to move on. But once they've settled in, Maggie offers him an alternative. And though Jake doesn't believe in ghosts, he plays along with the charade in the name of helping his wife, until he discovers it's not a game. They are not alone. As the subtle activity grows violent, Jake realizes the thing in their house has chosen Maggie as its surrogate mother, and it does not want a father figure. Jake and Maggie's fresh start has become a battlefield, and he's no longer sure which side his wife is on. Does Jake have the strength to save them both? So that synopsis already hooked me in when I read it, and honestly, giving it a reread just makes me want to read the book again. But it does. It starts off with an absolutely heartbreaking scene of Maggie having lost her child in birth. It's so sad. It's like I felt Maggie's pain through all of that. It was so visceral, and I felt for her. I really did. Sorry if you hear paper rustling. I've got notes because I'm really bad at remembering stuff off the top of my head, especially at the rate that I read. But you could feel her pain in every sentence in that first chapter, so it was absolutely heartbreaking. The writing style for this was really good. It was very detailed. You got great scene layouts, great house layouts for the house that they move into, which the house sounds wonderful. And it has a sunroom similar to where I'm shooting my video in currently, because it's the only quiet place that has somewhat decent light. Yeah. So this was just, I don't think I could praise this book enough. I really, really did truly enjoy this. You follow both Maggie and Jake. The way this was written, I honestly wondered if Maggie was just having a severe mental breakdown after their move, and it honestly kept me guessing for a little bit, and I wasn't fully sure whether she was having a mental breakdown or if the house was really haunted. I'm not going to spoil whether it was or not. You should really get a copy of this and read it. It was absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you could probably order it through her website, which is kelliowen.com. I will include that down in the description below. You get just little sprinklings of horror during a lot of this. It is kind of written in the style of you're following their daily lives as they acclimate to being in a new house and to moving on after their tragic loss at the beginning of the story. And it was really good to have. It was definitely more of like a slow build, slow burn horror. But I really enjoy those kind of books. The ones that just take their time to get to the horror and just kind of layer it up. A lot of little sprinklings of unease and potential hauntings throughout this. And then it kind of hits you right there at the end, and it was really great. I absolutely loved it. Maggie's a very emotional character. That's to be understood given what she went through. She handles things differently than her husband does, and her emotions kind of just switch on a dime at times. And I'm assuming it's mostly from the loss, but I don't know if that's just who she is as a character. But I really enjoyed seeing how she went about dealing with that loss and how the move affected her and how it affected her and Jake, because there was some effect on their relationship during it. I apologize for the long pause. I'm going to see if I can try and edit this out. The chapters are kept somewhat short. You're able to blow through several chapters. I think they're all of like maybe a couple of pages long. 3, 4 pages long for the most part, and they always end on enough of a cliffhanger that kept me wanting to read to the next one. I think I finished this book in like 3 days because I loved where every chapter left off, and it kept me wanting to go back for more. So if you get a chance to check out The Headless Boy by Kelli Owen, I highly recommend it. It was really good if you're a fan of slow build, day to day, taking its time to build to the horror. If you're a fan of haunting stories, I think you'll really, really enjoy this book.